Hi guys and girls, I'm Obsidian Ant, and today I'm looking at two of the best damn planets in the galaxy. Now Star Citizen recently delivered its microTech 4 update, and it's made significant, massive improvements to how planets actually appear and how they are generated. Right here we're on planet Hurston, and as you can see, it looks absolutely stunning. Obviously this is an atmospheric world, as is the second planet I'll be looking at later on in the video, which is called microTech. That is a new release on the public test server that I'm on right now. You know, I think it's fair to say that anyone who's a long-time space game fan, one of the things they've probably most wanted to do is to walk around on detailed atmospheric worlds. The ability to fly over these great landscapes and land down on them wherever you choose and see not just bland surfaces, but detailed environments, everything then you'd expect to see on a living, breathing world. And of course, as you explore these planets, you'll encounter not just the natural elements, but also plenty of man-made objects as well. And I really do think, whatever way you cut it, what a true explorer wants to see is places of beauty. As cliché as it may seem then, there's nothing quite like seeing a sunset on an alien world, and when that distant star has vanished beyond the horizon, you're left with the spectacular beauty of an unpolluted night sky. Leaving this world then and heading for another gives us the opportunity to appreciate just how things do look once the sun has set. Now, Star Citizen does feature a number of planets. Each of them are pretty much unique, and each, as in our own star system, are almost instantly recognizable when up in orbit. This here then is the new world introduced into patch 3.8. It's called microTech, named after the corporation of the same name, which actually happens to own it. Now this is pretty much the extreme polar opposite of what we just saw on planet Hurston. In terms of the game's lore, during the terraformation process of this particular world, an error was made, leaving the planet reeling in very cold temperatures. Now, the way Star Citizen works, or the way it's been built, allows for different biomes to be spread across different areas of the planet. So not all of microTech is a frozen tundra like this. It really depends on where you visit. But for the purposes of this video, I really wanted to contrast with Hurston, and so we are looking at these frozen wastelands. And just as with all the other planets, the closer you get to the surface, the more detailed you'll actually be able to see. Now no doubt some of you will probably have noticed some pop-in and level of detail changes going on here, but do keep in mind that this is brand new Tech 4 planetary stuff that's only just been implemented, and all in all it currently works very well. Now I'm going to be honest here and say it's very difficult to fly over these planets in these sort of scenarios and not actually think of something epic like Lord of the Rings or some amazing BBC nature documentary. You'll have likely already noticed just how dramatically the landscape can change as you're flying over it from area to area. Now, whilst biomes do transition rather smoothly and rather nicely now, in short, giving the planets a very natural appearance, one other thing you'll notice that transitions is the weather. Now, these places can be rather hostile. On microTech, I believe the temperatures go as low as minus 50 degrees C, which, if you're caught out in the open, would be rather deadly for sure. And whilst those mechanics aren't in the game just yet, they are scheduled for a future upcoming release. Now it's all about the little details here. One thing you'll notice as you're walking around from first person is the way the weather affects your visor, and will do likewise to your ship's canopy. Now, whilst it's only fair to point out that planets in Star Citizen are on a 1/6 scale, that is to say they're actually 6 times smaller than they would be if they existed in real life, they nonetheless feature massive environments and hundreds of millions of square kilometers. The net result of all this is that I quite often found myself playing through these types of areas and thinking that I was quite possibly the first and likely only person to ever see this exact spot. And for me, that's one of the biggest attractions of exploration in any game. If you're anything like me then, and you're interested in exploring vast open world areas in any game, basically the bigger the better, then currently there's a lot of area to actually explore and take in Star Citizen. And with the arrival of the next update, 3.9, due early next year, there will be 3 new moons to see that will be orbiting around this world of microtech. I think it's also worth pointing out that the technology used to develop Star Citizen is iterative, and that means the planets here, indeed pretty much anything, looks far better now than it did even a year ago. The planetary tech in Star Citizen then is going to evolve even further. One of the things I'm really looking forward to is seeing the arrival of volumetric clouds. I'm also keen to see what CIG will eventually do with the weather patterns and how that will evolve and change. For now though, if you do have access to Star Citizen, you will find that patch 3.8, when it arrives on the live servers, delivers the best damn planets in the galaxy.